Hey guys, ArtDude47 here, and we're back with another devlog video. Today, I would like to do things a little differently than I have been. I'm still just trying to get a feel for what kind of devlog feels right. So I'm going to do this a little more vlog-like, a little less technical. I'm going to try to get the videos a little shorter, and then if there's a demand for it for the technical side, I'll either do a separate tutorial series or just some more in-depth technical videos. So today it's Monday morning, it's right before work, and what I usually like to do at the beginning of the week is make a list of fixes that need to be addressed this week, so things last week that I didn't quite get to, or bugs that have popped up, and then features that need to be added in the week. I usually write this down, it just helps me to keep it in like a notebook, so I'm just going to go over with you real quick what I'm trying to get done for the week. I want to fix something with the dialogue system. You'll notice I had a little trouble with the names not displaying properly last episode. What I want to do is actually, when a dialogue is started in the dialogue system, we should make a duplicate of that dialogue and then only make changes to the names in the duplicate. That way the original read-only dialogue never gets changed and it should take care of all those issues. So that's something I need to do. And then we need some sort of transition after the phone call to indicate that time has passed. Currently, you hang up the phone and it just skips to the next day. There's really no clear indication other than the dialogue now says, "What should we do today?" That's it right now for fixes. Of course, more may pop up. But for features, we need to add some new locations. We need to add a differentiation between date locations and non-date locations. And then when you're asking an NPC out on a date, we need to make sure that only date locations populate as an option. On top of that, I need to add some sort of text field to each date location to make sure they make sense in a sentence when you're asking that NPC out on a date. You may remember in the last episode it just said like, "at hallway," when you click the hallway. In this case, it would have a text that would be like, "in the hallway," so grammatically it makes sense. And then, of course, we need the ability to go on the scheduled dates. So in that case, it will kind of act like our events that we currently have, where you meet an NPC, you'll travel to that location, you'll have a conversation with that NPC, and then you'll go home and continue to the next day. The biggest difference is that the date location will have more options for the player to interact with the NPC. So the dialogue will have many more options for you to select. There will be good, bad, neutral options, things like that, to change your relationship with that NPC. And then that will probably be all we get to this week. Next week, we'll work on actually adding that relationship system and having it affect the relationship system. So without further ado, that's the game plan for the week. I'm going to go ahead and get started here, and I'll check back in with you guys when I've got something to show off. So it's my lunch break at work, and so I decided to spend a little bit of time on my lunch break getting some stuff done. And so the first thing I've got here is I went ahead and I added some locations. You can also see I've got this toggle as to whether or not it is a date location. With all of that being done, I went ahead and got to the point in the game where I have met a NPC and it's the weekend. You can see now if I call Yukiko, I can ask her on a date, choose a date, and now I'm only getting the local park, the aquarium, the movie theater, and the zoo. Places that you would actually go on a date to. And so I can hit at zoo, which is the next thing I'm going to correct is get that looking correct. So we'll get that taken care of, but I just wanted to check in and show you that progress. Basically, I've got that differentiation for date locations. And that will help us get to the next point here on our episode this week, which is actually going on those dates. So I'll get back to work and I'll check back in with you when I've got a new update. Alright guys, it's my lunch break on Tuesday. I didn't get much done this morning, but I did code for a while last night. I just didn't get a chance to record an update yet. So I am going to show you some gameplay real quick. You can see it's the weekend. I'm going to call Yukiko, who we have already met. And basically what I updated was just the way asking for a date works. So you see now if I ask on a date, I was calling to see if you wanted to go out on a date. And now it says select the day for your date rather than updating what the date is. Because I said earlier, when the calendar falls, it's not exactly clear what is what's being requested from the player. So now if we select a day for our date, we'll select the 24th, and here we get select where you want to go on the date. And so now we'll just choose the zoo, and now it puts this new dialogue. Would you like to go to the zoo on 9/24/1983? I would love to, I can't wait. Okay, awesome, I'll see you at the zoo on 9/24. Just another little reminder to the player, hey, this is where it is, this is the date you scheduled. I can't wait, just don't forget about it. I wouldn't dream of it. Good, I'll talk to you later then. And then we say goodbye, the phone clicks. You speak to yourself, excited that you've got a date, and then you better head to bed now. Now the day still does just skip, so that's something I'm going to tackle next. There's a few other things I want to tackle though, a few other bugs I've come across. Check this one out since it's still the weekend, we can call you Kiko again. And if I ask on a date, and just hit this X, that's gone in your soft lock. So I need to make sure that the X is not active. So there's a few other things I'm going to fix, but I just wanted to show you that real quick. That's what I've been working on. That's what I've got updated. As always, I'll check back in once I've got something else for you. One more quick update before I head back to work. And a quick little decision I made is, man, I need to develop some kind of cheat console. So that way I can debug a little better. It is starting to get tedious going through a week just to like meet an NPC. So I'm thinking, I don't know exactly when I'll work on it, but it would be cool to have some sort of cheat console where I can type in like meet NPC and pass an NPC ID, and the game will just automatically meet the NPC even if I don't meet the requirements, and then like a set day, so that way I can set it to the weekend in order to test things out. But we'll get to that. Let me show you real quick what I've done. Also, I did not test this before I hit record, so we'll hope it works. So first up, when we ask on date, we should now get the calendar and no option to close out of it, so that did work, that's fixed. And if we select the movie theater, okay, we got an issue. Alright, so you may have seen it did fade to black, but not exactly how I was expecting, so let me try to fix that real quick, and then we'll be able to finish off this clip. Alright, once more, no testing beforehand because my lunch break is almost over. We are going to ask on a date. We are going to schedule it for the 17th at the local park. She would love to, can't wait. See you then, can't wait, just don't forget about it, wouldn't dream of it. See you later, goodbye, click, we are excited. And now it's the weekend, what should we do today? I think that might make it a little better of a transition. So for now, it's at least working as I intended. So I'll check back in with you once I've got some more time and once I've decided what I'm working on next. Alright guys, so it's Thursday morning before work. I have been pretty busy this week trying to catch up on everything now that I'm back from vacation, but I have had a time to do a little coding, and so I've got us back in the game at the test scenario where we've been. You may notice already there's finally the last button, which is go on a date. If we try to do that right now, you'll say to yourself, I don't have a date scheduled today, what should I spend my time on? So we will go ahead and we'll ask on a date. You'll see also I noticed a bug that I hadn't noticed where the yellow was not updating to show the current day. I fixed that in the meantime, so we will schedule the date for the next day. We'll go to the aquarium. I also added text color. I don't know if I love this or not yet, so we'll see. Would love to, I can't wait. So basically anytime you say a location it's green and a date is white, but I'm not sure if I love that or not, so we will see how that goes. Alright, so we'll see you at the aquarium. Can't wait, don't forget about it. Go through all of this, and now it's the weekend, what should I do today? We should have that date scheduled, so we'll go on a date. Wow, we are on a date right now, that's all I've got so far. So you can see it switches to the location. A text starts. So now, basically, just to finish off the week, I want to get a full date working with some questions that the NPC asks and the player answers, or some back and forth in some sort of way. So I'll work on that, and then I'll check in with you guys, and then I think we'll be at a good stopping point for the week. So I'll be back as soon as I've got an update. Alright guys, checking back in with you. It's Thursday after work at this point, and I've made a few changes. So starting back where we normally do, or where I have been on this episode, it's Saturday. I have currently met Yukiko, so we will give her a call. I've only written dialogue for her so far, that's why we keep using Yukiko. But the biggest differences I wanted to show you here is she says, "Art, I wasn't expecting a call from you, what's up?" Now the buttons appear on the dialogue prompt. The problem over here was that they weren't really large enough to have full sentences. I'm not sure I'll keep it this way. I may come up with a different solution, but this is it for now. So if we ask her on a date now, we'll set it for tomorrow. And we'll go to the zoo because that's currently the only one I've written dialogue for. So then she accepts, of course, can't wait. Now it's the next day. We go on the date. It takes us to the zoo. And we've got some dialogue. Headed to the zoo to meet with Yukiko. Such a beautiful day to be at the zoo. I love seeing all the different animals. What's your favorite animal? I really like the elephants. They're so cool and intelligent. I agree, elephants are amazing. Fascinated how they form strong family bonds and can even recognize themselves in a mirror. Have you ever visited the Nocturnal House? It's my favorite. And here's our first response. So we've got, no I haven't, but it sounds exciting. Love to check it out. Think I have before, but it's been a while. It's pretty cool to see animals at night. And no, those animals freak me out. So right now, since there's no relationship system, it doesn't really matter which one you pick. They all lead to different dialogue, but it doesn't affect anything, so we'll choose the bad one. You can see she does get sad. Oh, I see. Well, I guess we don't have to go there if you don't want. And then Yukiko and I spent some time walking around the zoo. But it always goes to the nice date right now because there's no system for tracking it. That'll be what we tackle in the next episode. So I had a really nice time today. Thanks for inviting me to the zoo. I love it here. Really glad we had this date. Make sure to ask me out again soon. I think the date went really well. And then the day ends, you go back to your bedroom, and now it's Monday. What should we focus on? So that's dates. They're working really as well as I can this episode because a lot of it is going to rely on the conversation system, or I mean the relationship system. So I think this is a good place to call it for this episode. And then we'll work on adding relationship system in the next episode and making the dating system a bit deeper because of it. So I thank you all for watching, and please feel free to like the video and subscribe to keep up with development, and I'll see you guys in the next one.